Hello, good evening, and congratulations to Arsenal. Arsenal is beating Sheffield United right now by like a lot of goals. It's amazing. So, thank you for joining me. I'm kindly requesting you to do one thing: share this live video broadcast with as many people as possible. Share it among my friends, my fellow youths, okay? My fellow youths from the Patriotic Front. Me and my fellow youths from Patriotic Front are one. We are one because we are in the same boat. So I'd like to ask you to share with the youths of the Patriotic Front because I have a message specifically for the youths of the Patriotic Front. One same way, I'm not interested in you, except the youths of the Patriotic Front. So thank you for joining me. My name is Elias Munsha, and I'm coming to you from my home office here in Alberta, in Calgary, where I live, okay? One of the things that has happened yesterday and today was the Patriotic Front General Conference. The Patriotic Front General Conference. Now, I did several posts today. Today is Sunday, so I went to church, came back from church, and here I am. But some of the commentators are like, why are you so animated about the Patriotic Front? Okay. Munsha, why should you be talking about the Patriotic Front? Why can't you mind your business with your party? I don't know what they mean when they say my party. Because in my party, NDC, we are in a bitter dispute right now. So we are trying to resolve those disputes. So I don't know when you people tell me that there is another party somehow that I'm a member of. I don't know of any other, you know? Anyway, but this is a very important issue that requires our reflection together because it's a total embarrassment. Alaba Patriotic Front n'abasebana ekipeshamano n'abasebana ala n'abasebana ekipeshamano. Because what they have done is not only embarrassing. I want you to know that embarrassment is normal. You know, we all go through those moments where we're embarrassed. But what the Patriotic Front have done is not only embarrassing, but it is also illegal. I'll get there. It is also illegal. But moving from just the issue of illegality, there is also the issue of this lack of respect for youths. Absolute lack of respect for youths. Okay? And outright lying. Obufi. Now, you know, you could perhaps expect to cover, you know, political parties might have some lies here and there. But the problem with front, okay, I think we're okay with the internet. The problem with the Patriotic Front is that it is lying not at the party but this political party is actually lying to its own members. Mama, that is the most embarrassing thing. Because umuntu nga arebe bambirimbi kutumwa you know, if you are members of the political party, but no, the Patriotic Front is actually lying to people outside the party. But actually, the Patriotic Front is lying, deceiving, and stealing from its own members. And so this is causing us a lot of sleepless nights. Now, I'm not the only one. I'm Patriotic Front. Nabo bene tabarera yo. Umlando wako bati political party yabo na ibadapuisha. Obufi. Not only ubufi, stealing money by false pretense. Eicho kanshi na bafi wokulala. Kanshi bare chitafie atibarale ko babet bambo ko baba. They can't. The whole reason why they can't sleep is because their party has done a don't cover on them. Instead of the members doing a don't kubeba on other people now, it's their political party that has decided to do a don't kubeba. Chokanshi, I'm here to express my sincere condolences. Bafich in the Patriotic Front, because it's not easy. It's not a small thing, you know. It's totally embarrassing. Okay, let's talk about the Constitution. You see, when Kelenkas, the issue with the Kelenkas is this. I want you to get this very well. Arsenal is still going to win today. I'm very happy about it. Now, listen to this. The problem with Kelenkas, the way they behave, is this. Kelenkas have a certain, they claim to know something that iweta wishibe. Ngawamsanga kerenga, omuntu wa kerenga pachu empara market. Kukupela ko impression kona kalimo, there is some information they know. Iya gobatiwe tawishibe. Mambale? So, if for example, kerenga, aleshtisha saraola, ero aleshtisha magambe fi alepuka. So, kukupela ko information iya kobati, if you fine fi magambe fi, ekerenko, if you fine fi magambe fi, efirim fashion. So, yo washta. It's useless. The whole reason is because you that's exactly what happened with the Patriotic Front. No, but no, there is some special information. Criticize the Patriotic Front. What is this information? And it is in the PF Constitution. And it is in the PF Constitution. So the question is, which constitution, right? The reason is the Patriotic Front. I think the Secretariat, Katwishi, we don't know. Somebody made a constitution, everybody else in the Patriotic Front does not know about. In other words, there is just a specific number of people in the Patriotic Front that are claiming that they know the Constitution, and what happened this weekend is part of the Constitution, which is actually a lie. Because we've reviewed the 2001 Constitution of the Patriotic Front, the 2011 Constitution of the Patriotic Front, and even the Constitution under which President Lungu was elected in 2015 and 2016. So we are surprised that in this year, 2021, there is actually a new copy of the Constitution that these Kelenkas are referring to. And so, what happened? We don't know. Film Constitution, just like it happened with Butane. You see, what is going on here with this surprise party you had over the weekend? If you fine to achtirena fine mofidi, they won't tell you. Somewhere. They're the only ones who know. Now somewhere. And so this is completely a sham. Okay. The Patriotic Front Constitution can only change by the General Council. In other words, the Secretary General is supposed to give notice to the nation. Can get the ruling party. So now if I'm innocent stand buys. If independent observers. Now if we should see, because it's the ruling party. But if we were to pay a notice, they are changing the Constitution 30 days before the General Conference. There was no such notice. There is no one in the Patriotic Front who can say that they had notice, prior notice of what they were changing the Constitution. They never did. There was no such notice. Number one. Number two, the Constitution they're saying that they are quoting from, they are the only ones who know. Nobody else has access to that document. In fact, that is the reason why most of the MCC candidates, they went to the PF Secretariat, paid application fees, print and now Facebook. Everything is on Facebook. If you put Facebook. Political parties on Facebook, lawyers on Facebook, doctor on Facebook, architects on Facebook, engineers on Bonse, we are off it. Filamwale to second we were Facebook lawyers, number na imwebene. You are Facebook presidents, Facebook shan. In any case. So these candidates printed things on Facebook. No kuvichita sana distribute. Even Boma and Lusambo. Ayana mukuchita campaign Copper Belt. Achana create a group of students for Bowman. All along, the impression was that there was going to be competitive elections at the General Conference in Lusaka. Well, that's what everybody knew. Once if it was ishibe, na ifufueba shirimo, fueba molomo. Na ifufueba to ishibo kwebati, there will be competitive elections. Bowman Lusambo ambo kuchita campaign. Miles Sampa ambo kuchita campaign. Na babululu wandi ba Kaiser Zulu, Kaiser Zoze, na bobene ba ambo kuchita campaign. Na ma applications, they even received, but Davis Chama at the secretariat started receiving ama applications. Even the vice president herself, she went to the secretariat and applied to stand as an MCC under competitive elections. Na makampeni, bali tampo kuchaya makampeni, tualia mwene. Na Kelvin Mutalesampa, na owine, atampo kuchita campaign. It was going to be open. It was going to be a wonderful general conference. If we're not weaker, there will be serious elections. We are interested because this Patriotic Front is the ruling party of our country. No, the Zambia, the ruling party right now is the Patriotic Front. So the Patriotic Front cannot claim at no. Until August, you are the ones who are passing laws in parliament. You are the ones who are changing event. No, mbakanshi tuiranda po. You are the ruling party. Anyway, even at Wigaro Saturday Africa, there was could list. So what happens to those that were aspiring at the president is empowered by the PF Constitution to appoint a list of MCCs for the first time. And how many are those? Those people are 53. I came yesterday, this number. There is no one who is officially vouching for it. Until today now, it is confirmed that the president of the Republic of Zambia and president of the Patriotic Front has now come up with a list of MCCs that he has appointed to be members of the Central Committee. Now, under what law was that done? It's a simple question. It's complicated that you kind of yava very simple. It's just a question impala. If you say that President Lungu elected 54 members, under what provision of the Constitution of the Patriotic Front did he do that? It's a simple question. That no, there's a provision. Which provision in the Constitution? Who knew about this provision in the Constitution that says that it's the president who comes up with a list and then takes it to the General Conference? Under what law? Under what provision? Which Constitution? Number one. Two, who made that Constitution? When was that Constitution passed? Okay? So nishi Constitution mwaipangile fie muumfi solo abene beka bapanga Constitution under the table. And to all these people that were aspiring, they were aspiring because according to the real PF Constitution, it's competitive. MCC is competitive, just like provincial elections. Kokopa Belt is competitive. Even in Lusaka, Kamba, how did Kennedy Kamba become chairman of Lusaka? It was competitive elections. Kennedy Kamba's slate won. Now Sampa was also a candidate, he lost. So Kennedy Kamba won in Lusaka. Now my results were whatever. Kennedy Kamba scored 800 votes, the closest rival 500 votes in Lusaka. Everywhere, kwali ama elections. Nakukasa amakwine kwali ama elections. Nakumansa, nakokwine kwesu kwali ama elections. The ones where Vachilangwa Bebere, I've done what I could. Let's put in a new person. And so he became the chairman. Kopa belt na kokwine efe chali Nathan Chanda na alimula beshi na mairo na owine bamuvotera ku Northwest na kokwine bavota ku Southern Province na kokwine abatonga members of the Patriotic Front nabo bavota hamukale ne bahamukale bavota gashinga ni banani na kubalozi Barotseland na kokwine bayavota. That's what happened. Now, this story here, when it comes to members of the Central Committee, it's the president who appoints. Bufi, the constitution, again, the reason why they did it is because the Patriotic Front has lived up to its reputation as a party of Kelenkas. This is not new. If you take how can you govern Ichalo through Namu Mfuako? You are governing a political party at Namu Mfuako. How can that work? Nobody knows. What about these people who stood that no, according to the constitution? Which constitution? At your constitution, at constitution from somewhere. We challenge the Patriotic Front to come clean on this fraud. We are appealing to the Chief Executive of the Patriotic Front, Honorable Davis Mwila, Batulondolwele, how they have managed to hoodwink and commit a fraud on the Zambian people and the members of the Patriotic Front. That is what we are asking. Batulondolwele, Chadishani, Pakovati, perpetrate such a fraud on the members of on the innocent. In Emulanseka, I just speak for the innocent. So I am speaking for the vulnerable and innocent members of the Patriotic Front who cannot speak for themselves. They can't speak for themselves. So now banje bati mbala ndireko ogeta banje bere naipera. Because I'm a servant of the people. Naipero kwebati mbala ndireko kwebati if chitire Patriotic Front nibukerenka mwe. When did the constitution change? Okay. So in a number, this is confusing. When you as a political party are looking for a party secretary general, you need somebody who is actually an administrator. This is very important, and I hope other parties do not repeat the same mistakes. You need an administrator. Let politicians do the politics, but let the chief executive actually be an administrator. The reason is it's going to save you from lawsuits in future. It's going to save you big time. You do not need a political cadre as Secretary General. You need a person who is an administrator, who is able to hold these structures together. The reason is, even if political parties are not persons at law, they still have obligations under the Societies Act. So you need a steady person who they are going to follow the letter of the law. If a person wants to challenge this past conference, the only question under what constitution did this past conference take place? That's it. But I think probably lawyers in the Patriotic Front maybe they gave good advice. Brian Mundubile, Tutu Angulu, Brian Mundubile, Tutu Angulu, which others are lawyers for the Patriotic Front. Maybe they gave them advice. Nobody in Davis Chama, lawyers. But I really trust no matter how crooked some politicians are. I believe that lawyers are supposed to really serve their clients very, very efficiently. And I think they probably told Davis Mwiloko that if you want to change a constitution, takwaba fyoku ukushila wabula fye pen na penso wa constitution wa shilamo we vile finishile for if na change no, give notice. I believe PF lawyers probably did it. What are you talking about? I'm a secretary. This has now become the new Patriotic Front Constitution, leading us to this embarrassment. Even His Excellency the President. How can you embarrass such a great gentleman? His Excellency the President, Dr. Edgar Tabeshi bebena kumfuafia disatio twaleni list. Now we are now in a situation where the ruling party of our country has opened itself up to unnecessary lawsuits. Number one. Secondly, even criminal law, you can even report Patriotic Front to the police now for obtaining money through false pretenses. Okuyapo kama ma 5 kwacha yabalepoka from aspiring MCCs. Kanshi bali shibe mwe okweba it doesn't matter. Nekateka kasala. And chose 54. It's extremely sad. Ala no to launch kwete. Next this is totally embarrassing, because I believe that people can do better. This is not what we are meant as a country. No. If it is straightforward, it's so straightforward. It's extremely sad. Okay. So now what are we going to do? 54. We read through the 54 to asanga fyokoibati wafya sana. No youths. No manatu mfuati at they are still going to appoint more. Of course, because the party constitution kaidi. So kula chinja feni bill 10. Emo balo seshe muri bill 10. Ekanji kula chinja if ya isafi mwabo bebere na fifini fiala abamu. So now that we've caught them in their lies. Now tumfuati they want to include more MCCs. Ero nomba balaya kuliva youth nomba you the youth of the Patriotic Front. Mulibanandi mweba ichebandi. Because in at 42 nindeka okubabu youth. Nomba ibo mweba ichebandi bonse supporting this party. Taya mite mwayo. That's why at a critical time such as this one, instead yaku mipelo to poto, emo to poto vapoka. Not only that, no mipelo to poto, but secondly, even your own chair at National Youth Chairman, now we naka poto mu MCC vapoka, Kelvin Samb, Alikwi. Now, you are telling me, okay, this is a political party that cares about the young people. No, this is a political party that wants to use the young people. Not to solve their problems. No. This is a political party that wants to use the young people to solve their problems. Instead of the ruling party solving young people's problem. Of course, some of you will be like, no, if we need to no, and I'm a very unbiased, objective person as far as this issue is concerned. If this party cared for the youth, why didn't they even ukusonta fyo you national youth leader at naiwo alasangwa mu MCC? Zero. Talimo. Is it a party that cares for the youth? No. So what is now going to happen to the youth? How come Dora Silia is part of the thing? Even Tutu Angulu is part of the thing. Nabambi. Even Alexander Chikwanda is an MCC. How did they forget the youth? Nomba mairolo muko mfuati yo baleta ko ama youth in the team baleta ba youth. After we have corrected, after to abebo ko bati fitefe bateke chalo. Echo. Emwe ba youth bonse that are part of the Patriotic Front. do a don't kubeba on this part nga bamiretere ifitenge fuareni ifitenge nama t-shirt nolupia, because that's how they know how to solve problems abantu mwe. They don't want to call you to the table. No votes, no voice, no value for the youths. Get those things, but musali amano and elect into office pate isakamana by youth, like NDC, like UPND, mwebo UPND, NDC na MMD na mfeni MMD mwaya monefyo MMD resunga imisepela kuti mwapapa sana go to MMD lelo kuli baneva small mubepushe. Do you have program for youth? Bala myebo ko bati ba youth na mu NEC mwinemo bali ba youths in the NEC of MMD, youths in Socialist Party, youths in UPND na mu NDC party yeso bantu mumona kwati nesha kwata party nalikwata. I'm not a but nalikwata party iyo nchita sympathize nayo NDC nayo yine mu NDC twalikwata ba youth nomba patriotic front tamwaba ba youth abalimo babafumyamo babatamfya ati muli fya chabe efe barandire. What kind of thing is this? Huh? Yeah, so by youth salenia mano teine. Don't say, Okobati, I'm the one who is telling you these things. Michitire, yaba lungu, teine, ine, ndiwaka ere. Inkombe, taikata pachinena. I'm just a inkombe. I'm just a person who is sent. Ugwisa mieva imweba youth. I'm not the owner of this message. Bantu minefie. Ukumyeva imweba youth ukwebati. They were the President Lungu, your beloved president. You love him. Nomba bena taba mitemwa. Alo muntu nangwa mutemwa shane. Enanga tamitemenwe. Tapadi finga chitika. Ne chupo tapadi. Kengo muntu takutemenwe. Why are you going to stay? Ajiyo balungu imutwali mitemwa. Na bamirangati taba mitemwa. Right on the critical places of decision making, bamisanuka abati yo, bamikana. So imweba youth kusala mano, imweba youth bakuchuwe mpala mweba chetekera sana ati yo kanofye lungu umwine. When the critical time comes, amikana every no. Why should you stay? Muzankalira chane techupo echati yo muli abana mulibe bana omu si chikwati ati yo twayigalira abana no mwe bana ni mwe political party yamikana, and they are even justifying themselves. How can you even justify this nonsense? Iyakoba ba youth yukupakana ba youth when this country is 90% below the age of 50, Kachungan below the age of 40, 90% below the age of 40. In the among members of the Central Committee, 90% over the age of 80. Yo, akokari ya shifie. But over the age of 60, 90% of them bakote. Now, shirende tabakote. No. If you're there and the fair tukusankanya, NDC arisankanya, abakote na ba youth. UPND na yoine arisankanya, abakote na ba youth. MMD arisankanya, abakote na ba youth. It's only the Patriotic Front. Ikene ba ukubakana mwe ukubakana ba youth. Ati kanofya babene abakote beka ebo tulefuaya. Nomba ero chibeshani. Mwe ero chibeshani. Pali the list yabantu 54. Several of them, they are corrupt, completely corrupt. Some of them are in fact going to Barelu Vulula. This time, it so the Barelu Vulula Barimu court found with a case to answer for corruption and stealing. So they had no place for you young people ababa clean. They had place for old Nkote that steal. And therefore Munje. Okay? I'm now going to go to the comments. Therefore Munje. You tell me. At Munsha, why should you talk about it? At Ndabeko, of course you'll be happy in Alabako. Because it will just pass Fiara Puira Mundi signature at Japua. Kaingati at Wiralanda, why should you talk about it? FM Lefuaya, Mwala for we know Mwala Sekeramo. Number 9, Fianshu Pamwe. Inkani Yanichta kumtima. Yanshupa, so te tinchika refi nalalanda po efifin endelanda. So at Munsha, you are great big bro. Continue what you are doing. I in Konkaniepo. That you a lawyer, why should you be talking about this? Pantoma lawyers balalanda. Bala Mr. Advice privately. You politicians. Anso lawyers are good. Zambian lawyers, they are excellent. They tell you, bala mieba, ati fimuichta. Filafine ba mikanya, efimoya mokuchta. And tomorrow you are blaming lawyers. It's not lawyers' problems. Kambala ndire kwa ma lawyers. Aini mwema lawyers banandire geni mirandire ko. Bala mive pesha. Bachitevya madongo dongo. Elo basa mive pesha ni mwe. Obviously, the Secretary General of the Patriotic Front, you told him, that if Mulera Ndati, you are going to come up with a constitution from under the table, it's not legal. Obviously, Mwadive, but no matter what, alaba politician tabom for. Abach 3 insist on grade 12. Elba Mukuchtefi about grade 3. Yeah, this is embarrassing. Mwachta insist on grade 12. It's not just about parliament. Amano yachi fiadirwa. You see, that's why in a Vivia grade 12, tafipela mano yachi fiadirwa. It's not complicated. Amano fia ya kuchua impala, amano ya kualesa can tell you, okwebati, when you make amarus, mwapanga mafunde. Teko buka fio luchero ati yalia mafunde mwapangire chapwa, fia chinja. No. Tevivin. Number, Mwarichta insist, grade 12, grade 12. Alain grade 12 vami pere. Elo mwaya achitefia ba grade 3. Kwati kubuta. At elections that no, they will be, hey, come bring money, valeta, bamtwindarama, shani, bamba no kono kuchita campaign. The next day, at yo, there is no election. Ngef mwambo kuchitefia ba grade 3. Kainge. NDC Alliance, I'm looking for the correct spelling. Pantumula mbepesha, no shan. So now I'm very sympathetic to the NDC. National Demo. Epate, sweet. Some of you don't believe me. Yeah. Anyway. Obufufu ntongo. Somebody is talking about a plagiarized the constitution at Kuriko plagiarized the Shani. I don't know if you plagiarism if you the thing that really is affecting me is Bukerenka obubukerenka buchitike bwakweba ati vaya panga constitution. If you should ati kupanga fie, fifumiepo upangirepo fimbi. Ati yo vamuira, don't do this, no, no apo, pangirapo fifimbi. That's not how you govern a country. On plagiarism, but all I know is na constitution you have a PF and I know it was plagiarized from UNIP. Even MCCs, it came from UNIP. Even Secretary General, it came from UNIP. So if you want to talk about plagiarism, if you tungalanda po, number inendelanda pali plagiarism, you wengole fokulanda pali plagiarism, just talk about it. We become more inendelanda at the way the Patriotic Front has deceived even members of our Patriotic Front. Ukuba bepa abakulu nabo mwebo. It's not like yo vale bepa fyotwaiche. No. Ati babosi babaiche. It's not like vale bepa fyotwaiche ati yo mkwaitwaiche otutubepeni. These are big people. Boman Lusambo temu aiche yo. Ni youth quite alright. My age mate. Nomba is ni shimpundu ya. Nomba mwabula shimpundu. Mwamweba ati give us money to stand as an MCC. Elo chilia adi pirolo pia. I mean in our MCC. And then you change your mind. Ati yo, Boman Lusambo, you can't even stand. Nga mao samba. Teba kalamba bonsaba. Ukulabe baba kulu kwati tuwaiche. This is not right. Kambalandireko. You cannot be treating big people as if they are children. Kwati ntu grade 3 utomlebepa moyo. To grade 3. Etomlebepa. Abakulu. Nemiemfu. Nabakashi bali kuwata. Namayanda bali kuwata. Ebo mwaya kubepa. Ngalupia mwalefua. Taringa mwabebere fia tare tupere ko lupia. Ale mpaka olupia webo. Mperako. Kastata. Umuzulu. Mperako. Ngefu mwabebere. Other than, first of all, ukuba pela nama hopes ya mwaya kobati. Unbelievable. Even Kaiza Zulu Bululu. Kaiza Zoze. Na okupone na momubu fimwe. Ero namba mwise molandere ruat no, it was part of the strategy. Kuisa, ewokerenka bwino wakobati. Tuami katobu fiatio, it was part of the strategy. Part of which strategy? Obufi is part of the strategy. Having a constitution under the table is constitution ya mtumba. Antonio Mwanza, iwo lenda tukuliko constitution na zande chanda. Kanshimwe constitution ya mtumba, ni mwefi mwakwata mweka, mwenda na yo mtumba. It's not a public document. So muntu ngaipshat, yo, don't even talk about it. Atemwa idi mtumba. Yeah, oh mwandi. This is a very serious thing. But why are you concerned and hiding in NDC? Can you leave us Kelenkas alone? Come back home. Hey, baleke ba NDC. How man church? You're right. Who is we? Just wave the PF Constitution copy that you have reviewed. Hey, alamwandi wufi. Boma alikuwa. No, don't be happy. Namuishiba alabane. Let's be fair. Let us not condemn Bowman. I think he was very sincere in what he was doing. He believed that there will be competitive elections. He has a passion to help President Lungu. He believed Shimpundo Bowman is there to help the Patriotic Front. It is the Patriotic Front that did a number on him. These are very innocent people. They are our friends. Even after this episode is over, we'll be able to sit down together on the table of brotherhood as brothers and sisters. We are one country. So, nomba, tekumuseka sana iyo. Wafia. Elias Munsha, you are very down. Article 57 of the Constitution of the Patriotic Front, election of members, subsection 3, the president of the party shall submit his list of candidates together with the names of other candidates for the office of the... This is... Emmanuel Chiluba Chabola. Oh, this is not true. You are a liar. You are actually a liar. You are a liar because right from just before the day of the convention, the Secretary General was receiving applications. Those were applications to stand. Those were not applications to the president to be picked. No. What are you talking about? Munamujo, tumuave kabien muvepeko bambi, no tukuisa mukuvepa ine. Monfo, bachabula. Go and lie. Ilikuisa in constitution. Ni constitution ish. Eiba pangire mailo. That's not true. The Patriotic Front Constitution from 2001 to 2011 is competitive elections for the Central Committee. If you were Pangire last week. So the question is, how did they pass a constitution last week that allows the president to present a list? And how does the president present a list? In the same general conference where the president is elected. Because the whole reason why you have a general conference is to have discontinuity of officers. When a society is having elections, this is what happens. You have a discontinuity of officers. In other words, all the office bearers, they cease to be office bearers. You have either an independent electoral body or trustees, because trustees have additional responsibilities under the Land Act as trustees. So because of the trustees' legal position in societies, like political parties and churches, they still maintain their position. Other office bearers, they die off. They die off. And then when a new election is declared, that's when now you have new office bearers. So when you say that President Lungu, so at what point did President Lungu cease to be president and assume the new office of president? There was nothing like that. Okay, so when he assumes the new office of president, where does he then obtain the list to propose to the General Conference to become MCCs? What are you talking about? You see, I'm a lawyer as well, even Mundubire, Kabian Mumu push privately at what is this that has happened? Nangu tutu angulu. Go and ask them. Balamieva Tiviyama dongo dongo. They can't vouch for what this secretary has done for them. Ero number muisa mungu tutinia if you have fifia dongo dongo, and this is what the law is. Where is the problem now, Kanshi? There is nothing wrong. Oh, of course. Why should there be anything wrong? Number, this is a party that is ruling us. It's seed. It's seeds. They are sowing seeds of confusion. 12 August kuya vevere. Kuvota. Ngata muvotere mwavotera vavere nivyo vile. At 57 subsection 3 of which constitution? Article 57 of subsection number 3. Which constitution? These are the talking points that they've given you after certain provisions if you have a fee bakerenka, and that's the truth. Elias Munsha, remember what happened at MMD convention where the position of VP wasn't allowed to be contested after many people campaigned for the position. So what does that got to do with what is going on? Yeah, they decided to not to have a person contest for that position. So did Mwanawasa appoint? Using that argument, did Mwanawasa appoint a person to fill the position of vice president? No. If you freeze, it's the General Conference that decides to say no, but what that decided to freeze. So was there a decision to freeze some positions? Because just a few days, just a few days, the Secretary General was receiving applications from interested parties to contest position of MCC, and people campaigned to be part of the MCC. So at what point did they freeze those positions? Even the vice president, Her Honor the vice president, went and lodged in our papers for the position of MCC. What are you talking about? Tuamikata. Alanachi pasana because tuavega tobufi. Obufi. Abakote. Ababufi. Tuavega. Nomba bafirwa kufirondolo na nomba. Kwamba vyokusabaira. At you don't know the party constitution. Which party constitution? Iyo tatuishi. It was Dabwisha. Even people at the conference itself, everything is Katwishi. There is a list. What is going on? Bambi palist apange chongo because muliama factions and patriotic front. So Tutu Angulu is ali mu conference. Ukuza mfafi bakapokola baisa mukumuita. Kusopabana ka commotion. And then as he's discussing with Bakapokolo Kumfueshinari Akobalumbula, is part of the MCC. So you are now getting confused. Where are the police getting instructions to ukuchuchunganya Tutu Angulu? So they wanted to block him. They had no idea. So Oliawe Nabale is a block. Kanshi is part of the MCC. Very embarrassing. Yeah, anyway. Let me end here. God bless you and God bless our country. No matter how embarrassing it is in terms of what the Patriotic Front has done, we believe that our country is going to rise above all this confusion. And so we are extremely hopeful. But kwena ichabe Patriotic Front basevana. Now this is not new. Tabateka bwino. So eicho mweba iche bantu bonse in Zambia. Mwikesha okuvotera babantu aba. Mwikesha. Noko muwanfu afie nga yaisa fe ballot box palya mwikesha okuvotera oyo muntu. Bantu tamite. Teineyo michitire shakwe. Okay? God bless you and God bless our country. Thank you.